Hi everybody. Hey, I have one more thing that I want to add into the video here. And I want to tell you about is how to add a line. If you realize after you've done all your drawing and you realize that you haven't been able to, you want to add a line to the drawing or you forgot to put a line in, or maybe the line's just not reaching all the way to the edge so you can color two separate areas. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Really simply, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change my fill box here. I'm going to turn that off and keep my stroke on black, as you can see. And let's say that on my character right here, I want to go ahead and maybe put a line that happens maybe in between these two areas here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my paintbrush tool, okay? And I'm going to go start by just starting to draw. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start directly on the object. I'm not going to start in front of it and try to go here. I'm really going to go into the black, draw up, and then go all the way up, curve, and then stop on the black here. The idea is that it's not so much the black so much as the line. You want the new line you're going to put in to crisscross or cover over the existing lines that are there to close those gaps. So again, my paintbrush, and I'm going to start right here, and in the middle right here, and I'm going to go ahead and draw up, and there. There we go. Went a little too long with that one. So let me go ahead and pull that back just a little bit. Click on that anchor point, pull back just a little. There we go. All right, so I've got my new line in there. Now what I have to do now is I have to make sure this new line is seen by the old, right? Maybe I might put one over here too. I think I'll do that. I'll put one over here. Let's do it like that. There we go, I like that. Now what I'm gonna do is I have to select the whole object. So I'm gonna use that white arrow and I'm going to left click and drag a box around just the hornet itself, just the whole guy. And you can see right now, currently, you can see my new lines and all my old lines together. What I have to do is I have to expand, which we've done before. So we're going to have to go back in. Anytime you add a new line or a new area of line work that you put in, you have to expand. So I select the whole thing, which tells the old lines to wake up, and it says the new lines, wake up. Everybody does go object and expand appearance. Okay, you can expand or expand appearance. They both do the same thing. As long as you get one of them, you're good to go. So I get them up right there. And so they're expanded. Now while it's still connected, it's all still selected here, I'm going to say object and live paint make. Okay, that's the two things you have to do. Expand or expand appearance. Say okay. And then you go live paint or object live paint make. Okay, so I'll paint live paint make. Now I've done that. Now I'm going to go ahead now and click off to the side here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my paint bucket, which is right here underneath the shape builder tool. So I left click and hold. And I hold that left click and I slide down to paint bucket, brings it out. And now if I move my objects inside here, you see how those little areas now show as red all by themselves. They're separate from the other areas. That means they're hot. They're ready to accept color. So what I can do now is go in my window here and I maybe change that up a little bit. Maybe I'll go a little lavender on those wings. I kind of like that idea. So I'm going to go into the fill here, and I'm going to go into kind of a lavender mode here. And I'm going to double click it to open up the color picker. And I'm going to go into a softer kind of lavender like this. That looks nice to start with. And I'll color like every other one. So this one, and then I'll do this one, and then I'll do, yeah, I'll keep the right way. I'll do another color in there. So let's go ahead and do, again, let's do this. Let's do the bottom one here. Let's do this one and this one. And I'll go back in here and do that one. There we go. And I think I'll go back in now and change the colors up. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to double click on this. And I'm going to make that purple just a little bit darker. Okay. I'll drop that color in here. Anywhere there's an opposite area, right? I want to do every single one. All right. And I'm going to go into here and I'll go, let's see. So I'll go maybe into that bottom one there. That's a good one. And I'll keep that top one alone. And then maybe I'll do that one. Kind of like that one. Okay, so I got one more color I need to do in there. So I'm going to double click this and go a little bit darker still. And for this one, I'll go back into here. This one. I'll do that one. Oh, let's get the little right there. And here. And there. There we go. Oh, got this guy up here too. I forgot. I think I'm going to do, let's see here. I'll do this dark, slightly darker lavender here. So I'm going to use the eyedropper, select that, and then I'll go back in my paint bucket and drop away. There we go. This little tiny spot right there. There we are. So I'm giving him some nice lavender wings, but we all know he's a pretty dangerous guy because he's a hornet. So there you are. That's how you add a line to a pre-existing drawing. So again, anytime you want to add a new color or subdivide an area, you could either use the pencil tool with the fill and stroke off, or like I've shown, or you can go ahead and use a solid black or blue or whatever line you need. You can go ahead and do that as long as you make sure to overlap those lines, okay? Make sure as long as you overlap those lines, and then you can come back in after expanding it. You can come back in an Object Live Paint Make, and you're good to go.